Well, it took nearly a week, and my Tomy Enterprise refit finally arrived, and it was inspected. Now, I'd like to kindly remind people what Tomy's advertising said. And I put this towards the end of my last video, but I want it to be towards the front of this video.
The wait is nearly over, and what you're about to see makes every moment worth it. Tomy proudly presents the die-cast replica of the USS Enterprise as she appeared in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Every angle, every surface, every detail has been crafted to capture the majesty of Starfleet's flagship. Custom lighting effects illuminate her silhouette, while windows glow with the promise of life within, bringing the ship to life just as it appeared on the silver screen. Paired with an iridescent paint effect that dances with light, navigational markers flash, guiding the Enterprise through the stars. Even the most iconic features are here. The Officer's Lounge, the Arboretum, phaser banks and photon torpedo tubes, the warp nacelles, all recreated with meticulous precision. But the journey does not end there. This release also includes the Surak long-range shuttle with its warp sled, faithfully scaled and designed to dock seamlessly with the Enterprise. This is a detail that transforms this model into more than a replica, and it is a story brought into 3 dimensions. In just a couple of months, the Enterprise will arrive, and when she does, she will not only meet expectations, she will surpass them.
Always remember to shorten your blade when you're opening up a package because you will never know what's below it. And so far everything is a rinse and repeat of what was the last unboxing, so I won't go completely through it, but they did put an inspection sticker on the nice box. And again, short blade for your foam as well. And let's go ahead and open it. I'm not going to bother taking out the manual. Let's flip it open. And right away, packaging looks the same. And here's the base. Base looks fine. Nothing too exciting, same as last time. I'm more curious about how the model looks. Model looks pretty much the same from the top. So let's go ahead and remove it. Remember to hold it by the saucer and the lower hull. Unlike the last time, I am using the struts to keep the model nice and level and cause no unnecessary strain to the hull and or connections. As we can see here, the saucer section looks a lot better than the previous model I had. The seams are relatively tight, especially on the bottom. There are some other things going on here, but we'll address that towards the end of the video. But overall, there's no real bad warping in comparison to the model that I first received. So far, so good. So, what does it look like at night with the lights? So we'll go through the same startup sequence as before. I really enjoy this. I think this is definitely where Tomy got it absolutely right. And we can tap it again. Again, these are capacitive touch surface buttons, not real physical buttons. And I actually am agreeing with this option as well, because physical buttons tend to wear out while these capacitive touch generally do not. All right, so we're now in warp mode here, and let's go ahead and take a closer look. So far the lighting looks really good. Definitely not nearly as much bleed through. You can see some right there in the upper right, or light leakage. You can see some in the lower saucer section still, and right there, but not nearly as bad as it was before. You can see it there a little bit more prominent, but the beacons, no light leakage whatsoever. I think it's definitely lit well, like before. And I am using the struts. I will continue to use the struts for this model. Yes, I was also one of the ones that said that they're very unsightly, but they are needed. Look how nice and level it is with the front struts going down to the base. It would have been nice if they were just more structural for like a clear or something, but overall the lighting is way better than before. The beacon bleeds, light bleeds, and the big saucer gaps really just did not give the model justice like this right now. I mean, they were, to me, a very big distraction. I know that the fix-it crowd is all about shoving putty into them, into the little gaps here. I mean, if they're little and minor, and if they want to avoid their warranty, by all means, go ahead and do it yourself. I am never going to be an advocate for doing any type of repair on any product as long as it's covered under warranty. You just shouldn't have to. When people receive or purchase a new product, they tend to gravitate to Facebook groups, Discords, and forums to be with like-minded individuals. However, unfortunately, this could also result in toxic behavior. For instance, I'm part of a Facebook group and I was not really satisfied with my last model. The light bleed to me was excessive and I also had a hull breach. But I was informed that I should just take care of it myself. And when I mentioned that I would rather go the warranty route, let's just say I received some hate, it was called some names, and then you had other people that would just say, well, defects happen and you should just live with it. To me, that's very odd behavior, especially if I received a model as bad as the one that I did, and I'm told that accept it, there are defects, but yet I see other people posting models that are better than the one I received. So I am just supposed to kick rocks and just accept what I got, yet others are getting far better products than I did. And let's not forget at the beginning of this video what was promised versus what was delivered. Now let's go over my experience with the warranty exchange process. I received the model on March 13th. I unboxed it on the 15th, that Sunday. I wasn't happy with it. Sent an email. It was a real nice email complimenting the model itself, but I was not happy with the defects. Monday I did a follow-up call just to make sure they got the email, and they reviewed my pictures and said, yep, that's not supposed to look that way. So they processed my RMA, and then within a few minutes I got the return label. I packed it and I dropped it off at UPS on Tuesday, and by Wednesday they received it. That's because they're not that far from me and it is a ground delivery service. Then I received the replacement model this past Tuesday. I like to add to this that I believe I was one of the first ones to do a warranty claim, so I would expect that these wait times will be a lot longer as of now. Now I did post these pictures up to Facebook and some of them said, oh, you got putty. So I zoomed in and nope, it's not putty. That's actually the imperfections on the saucer section. It is, the ribs on the saucer are kind of smooshed. So definitely not putty. Now, I do not know how this happened. I did reach out to Tomy about it, and I'm waiting to hear back. But I would like to know from you, the viewers here, if you find this model acceptable. So if you do, just say keep. If you think that I should do another warranty exchange for some of those defects that you see, just say warranty. And whichever wins in a week, that's what I'll do.